New Porsche Cup Car came out for iRacing recently, replacing the older Porsche Cup Car, a popular car on the iRacing service. Now, there's been some people saying that this car is amazing and possibly even the most realistic car in sim racing. And I have to say, that's just simply not the case. It still has the same physics issues that are inherent with all iRacing cars. It has the flash heating issue on the tyres. You have to drive it pretty much entirely preemptively. If you try and drive it actively, you're just going to wish-wash all over the place. There's no point in doing that in iRacing. So it basically drives very similar to the previous Porsche Cup, but it's a lot vaguer at the limit and a lot less defined at the limit. It has the TC and the ABS, which makes it harder to accidentally lock up or to accidentally apply too much throttle to spin the tyres up. And those things do really mask iRacing's physics issues. It is also, with it being mushier and vaguer around the limit, if you're underdriving, you're not actually driving on the actual limit or trying to actively drive, it does then end up being a little bit more forgiving or a little bit more was just less direct than the previous Porsche. So it's harder for the driver to accidentally induce the car onto the limit, if that makes sense. If you test this car side by side with the previous Porsche, this actually, in many ways you could argue, drives worse than the previous Porsche. It just seems to have systems and mushiness in the way of iRacing's physics issues that are still actually there with this car. It's exactly like the GT3 cars. It's exactly like every car in iRacing. Basically, certain things help hide iRacing's tyre model issues. Downforce, TC, ABS, and then just driving preemptively. Not that the car's completely terrible. I quite like the audio. I think you could probably have quite fun racing with it. Cockpit graphics look nice. You know, it's not going to have bizarro mega grip exploits that you might have in other simulators. So it's not that it's the worst car ever. It's just iRacing, right? And it is good for people trapped on the iRacing service to have something that I think will, as I say, produce quite nice racing and not be as frustrating to race, especially people that are not trying to really actively balance on the limit, and also people that will outright ignore iRacing's ghost contacts and pinball netcode and all those network issues that iRacing still hasn't addressed that apparently aren't worth mentioning by a lot of people. That is it really. I'm just making this video for subscribers really. Looking forward to the comments as always. No, don't have a driver's license. No, haven't driven this car in real life. I have no idea what I'm talking about. And to be honest, if you think real cars drive like iRacing cars, good for you. I'm genuinely happy if people are having fun playing video games. And it's probably better not to notice glaring physics issues if those issues would then make you aware of how you then have to play the game and undermine your immersion and make you realise that you have very limited freedom in how you can drive those games. So it's probably better that you don't know, to be honest. Though I would have thought people would compare games to stuff that came out 10, 15 years ago, and you'd think that people would expect stuff to be better or as good as Live for Speed, AMS 1, Assetto Corsa 1, you know. And I'd also expect real world drivers to directly point out the specific tyre behaviour and limit handling in iRacing, which is demonstrably not at all like how real cars handle. In fairness, quite a few do, and if you talk to them not on camera, they will be clear to you about these issues with sims, but unfortunately many don't say stuff publicly for obvious reasons. You know, it's totally understandable really, but it's a shame that you know that the truth of the matter is kind of obfuscated behind marketing material. But well, there you go. That's the new Porsche Cup Car. I think iRacers will generally enjoy it. It's not the worst car ever, but it's just another iRacing car. It's the same iRacing as we've known for 10 years. Arguably worse than the previous car though, ironically. But, well, there you go. Happy tea drinking. Take care. And goodbye.